Hello and welcome back to the Sober Scoop. It is officially Sober October. It's the sober girlies or sober people's holiday, baby. Let's go. Woo! So, hello. Whether you are taking a break for the month and maybe reevaluating your relationship with alcohol, resetting your body a little bit for the 31 days of October, or you're sober curious, thinking about quitting forever, or maybe you're newly sober, or maybe you've been sober for decades. Either way, welcome to everyone who is celebrating Sober October. Today, I just want to dive in to some tips for staying sober, especially in the beginning, because I think Sober October makes people think a little bit just about their relationship with booze. It makes people take a step back and just think a little harder. I think it puts an emphasis on like how much time we spend drinking, what we could be doing instead. I remember when things like Sober October or Dry January would come up, it would make me think, dang, I could never go 30 days without drinking. And if that's what you are thinking, or maybe someone in your life is thinking that's not great. I think if you are a quote unquote normie and you have like a decent relationship with alcohol, you should be able to go sober for a month and be like, oh yeah, it would be good for my health to not drink for 30 days straight. Reset my body, reset my brain a bit. And if you feel like you cannot do that, that's not great. And I remember that's what I would think. I'd be like, I couldn't even go a few days, let alone 30 days, a whole month. So that should have been my first sign. But anyways, let's get into some tips and tricks for early sobriety. Welcome to the Sober Scoop. This is a judgment-free zone where we talk about how to get sober and stay sober. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Quitting alcohol is the best decision I've ever made. I want to keep this short and sweet, so I'm just going to get right to the point. Get your notepad out or mentally jot these things down. If you are new to sobriety, these things will really help you, and I'm going to give you tangible, practical tips to keep in mind. So, number one, this is something that really helped me like make a shift, kind of get into that next level of sobriety and really accept what I was doing. And that is to identify as a non-drinker. And this starts with how you talk to yourself and how you refer to your sobriety journey. So if you are quitting alcohol, like you do not drink, and that's how you say it. I don't drink. You can say I am sober. You can say I don't drink, but something definitive like that makes it sound to yourself and to others that you are confident and sure of yourself, and sobriety is something that you are doing. When we use phrases like, I'm trying to get sober, I'm trying to quit, I'm trying to take a break for a while, it's like you're almost lying to yourself at that point. And it opens the door for mistakes. It allows you to make mistakes, and it allows alcohol into your mind as an option. When we actually want to look at alcohol as like absolutely not an option. Like times might be hard, you might feel tempted, you might get really bad cravings, but the answer is always no. And when you use the words like I don't drink, that kind of ensures that even if you're tempted, even if you feel that you might want to have a drink, you're not going to because you do not drink. And this also helps with the timing of your sobriety or your sober start date. I remember that I put my sober start date off for so long because there was a Halloween party coming up, and then there was Thanksgiving coming up, and then there was Christmas. Oh my God, I can't go through the holidays without drinking. How would I survive? New Year's, I already have plans with my boyfriend. I go to this cabin and woo, fun. Yeah. And then it was my birthday. I mean, there was just excuse after excuse after excuse. And this is where the identifying as a non-drinker comes in, because if you don't drink, it's like, if you are a non-drinker, you just have to face life without alcohol, and you just start adjusting to sober living. Yes, certain holidays will be harder. Certain situations will be harder. But you have to do it sometime, right? Like if you know in the back of your head that you want to quit drinking, you have to do it sometime. So why not now? oh, because this is coming up, oh, because that's coming up. There's always going to be something coming up. So you may as well just start living a sober life and adjusting to life as a sober person. So that's tip number 1, identify as a sober person. Number 2, I talk about this all the time. I'm going to sound like a broken record if you have been here for a while, but stock your fridge with non-alcoholic drinks. You got your peach iced tea from Liquid Death. It looks like a beer can too. Great to bring to holiday parties and things like that. You got sparkling waters. You got diet sodas. You can drink regular soda, but sugar cravings are typically through the roof in the beginning of sobriety. So I opted for diet soda, but to each their own. You can get sparkling juices. Actually, this is not sparkling, but anyway. Actually, a sparkling one that I like is called Sparkling Ice. They also have the viral Starburst flavor. It's very good. Tastes like candy. But the regular juice that I've been drinking is called Loom, Loom. It is a low sugar juice. I really think it's just watered down, but they are good. They have apple, orange, and one other one. Maybe one other one? I can't remember. Oh, a grape, of course. Anyway, I like the apple a lot. So that's a good low sugar juice option. You can also drink adaptogen drinks. I've talked about these a lot and I'm not going to get too into it, but basically adaptogen drinks help you relax and feel stress-free. They're not THC, they're not alcohol. They're made with botanicals like lion's mane, ashwagandha, magnesium, these things that just relax your system. And those things honestly saved me in the beginning of my sobriety. They eased that transition into sober living because I literally didn't know how I would relax in the evening without alcohol when I first got sober. I was like, how am I supposed to sit on the couch and watch a movie without a glass of red wine? Like, it just seemed impossible in my mind. So adaptogen drinks kind of help you chill out. But they're, you're not going to get addicted to them, and they're not any sort of like high, or I don't consider them a substance. It's basically just like a juice with these natural botanicals in it. It's sparkling, they're delicious, and they help you chill out just a little bit. Some people don't even feel the effects of it, but maybe it's all mental too. I don't know. All I'm saying is don't be scared of them. They're great. I was nervous to try them in the beginning because I'm like, I was addicted to this substance that helped me relax. So am I going to get addicted to this substance that helps me relax? The answer is no. Completely different, and you hardly feel any effects. It's more just like also the ritual of having a drink in the evening. But anyways, my favorite right now is from Hiyo, Hiyo, and it's amazing. I will leave a link in the description for you to shop those. But another tip that has to do with, consuming things is sunflower seeds. In the beginning of my sobriety, I ate so many sunflower seeds, it was insane. And I'm not talking just when I'm out on a walk or something and spitting them out in nature, but I would get my bag of sunflower seeds, sit on the couch, watch TV or whatever, and be spitting the seeds into a cup, which is pretty nasty, but I would like dump that cup 3 times or something. That's how many seeds I was eating. And I think just doing something with your mouth and that like hand to mouth connection is super helpful. I actually discovered that through TikTok or like a video I saw or something. And that was a hack that I used and that was really helpful. And I feel like I don't talk about that enough because I kind of stopped eating sunflower seeds because I get cold sores and they make my cold sores flare up, which is annoying. But anyway, if you don't suffer with cold sores, then eat all the sunflower seeds. It's an amazing sobriety hack. Another hack is to keep busy. And yes, this can be doing things with your friends or family, like taking a walk with them or meeting them for lunch or, just whatever you and your friends like to do. Sure. But I definitely was a bit more introspective in the beginning of my sobriety. Like I just was focusing on myself and really trying to be in tune with myself and my body. And I was just a little bit more to myself, which I think is totally fine. So what I mean by keep busy, you can make yourself busy, even if you don't want to hang out with people or you don't have anyone to hang out with, or you have nowhere to be, you have no hobbies, whatever. Give me every excuse in the book. You can keep yourself busy, and here's how you're going to do it. You literally book on your calendar Like Wednesday, 5:30 p.m., I'm going to a walk to this bubble tea place and then walking home, and then I'm watching this movie. Like, that's a plan. Speaking of movie, you can say you're going to binge like 4 episodes of Breaking Bad, and you're going to have popcorn and you're going to get candy from the gas station and a big gulp and have like your little drive-in movie night at home. Cute. You can book yourself a nail appointment. You can book yourself a massage. Like, self-care in the beginning of sobriety is so great. It's so good for you, and it's like almost rewarding yourself for what you've done. Yeah, you can book a workout class. Things that have an appointment time are always nice, because then it's like, okay, you're booked. You cannot skip that. Like, you got your nail appointment, you got your hot yoga, whatever, at those times. Book them a couple days ahead of time. It's like, it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you a plan. It gives you somewhere to be. And that feeling is really nice of having to be somewhere. Because I feel like one of the biggest triggers to drink is boredom, loneliness, emptiness, and you feel those things a lot in the beginning when you first kick alcohol out of your life. So having plans, places to be, and a schedule, like things actually on your calendar, is key. If you like to read, or maybe you like to knit, say, I'm going to walk to this coffee shop that's 1.5 miles away. I'm going to get my favorite coffee drink and that almond pinwheel that I've seen in the pastry window, and I'm going to sit there for 2 hours and read my book or do my knitting or whatever. Just like romanticize life in the beginning. I mean, maybe you'll be feeling the pink cloud, which, if you don't know what the pink cloud is, it's this feeling of like ultra elation that can come when you first quit drinking. Not everybody feels it, but I started to feel it around day 30. And I was just like on a high. I mean, every day was so special. I couldn't wait to wake up. And some people feel the complete opposite, where they're depressed and sad and tired. And so to each their own. But the pink cloud is a special thing to experience if you're lucky enough to experience that. I think it's kind of like alcohol is a depressant to your nervous system. So when you remove that, it's almost like the opposite. You are energized. I would wake up and I wouldn't need coffee. Like, I'm just ready to roll. I would go to sleep so excited to wake up again. It was crazy. And I found joy in everything, like that pastry at the coffee shop, like the squirrel that I saw on my walk. Like, it was weird. It felt like I was high. So that's something. But what I was saying is romanticize your life. Just try to find joy in the little things. Easier said than done, but I truly believe, listen to my episode called Lucky Girl Syndrome if you haven't. I truly believe that happiness is like something you can almost shift your mind to. So even though you might be struggling in the beginning of sobriety, focus on the positives. Wow, I had a great night's sleep. Wow, my walk today was so sunny and nice. My skin's starting to look a little brighter. I love that I'm getting my appetite back and like enjoying food again. What should I have for lunch? Now, look, what am I craving? I don't know. Lucky Girl Syndrome is about like, if you focus on the positive things and notice them and take note of when good things happen, more good things will happen, because that is what you hyperfixate on. Same goes for if you focus on all the negatives and how hard sobriety is, it's going to feel hard and feel heavy. So try to focus on the positives as much as you can. This one is a little bit deeper, okay? But sometimes you got to do the deep work in sobriety. So I would really try to figure out why you drank in the way you did, or like maybe why you're choosing to get sober. Just focus on those little bit like of deeper feelings. For me, my why I drank in the first place, why I got to such a bad place with alcohol, was because of that bad relationship that I was in and the harassment that happened afterwards, and then my injury. All those things caused me to heavily drink and like abuse alcohol, basically, and drink through my issues. So some work that I did on myself in the beginning of sobriety was I read a great book called How to Leave an Asshole. If you have ever experienced a narcissistic relationship, this is the most relatable book ever. I don't know why I haven't recommended it before. It was like my peace during that time. I was like, everything makes sense. I just related to it so much. So anyway, How to Leave an Asshole, great book. So I did work on trying to figure out what that relationship was, how it impacted me. I did work on how I can make sure to, I did work on ensuring that relationship doesn't have a lasting impact on me. That's what I was trying to say. Like, that guy hurt my mentality. He really brought me down in so many ways. And I still notice on occasion, like, his voice in my head, which is not great, but it's better than how it was. And I've done a lot of work on how to, like, come back from being in a relationship like that, and how to come back from a stalking situation, because that also, like, makes you fearful as you go about life. And anyway, so maybe it's going to therapy, talking to somebody, reading, listening to podcasts, just doing some work on why you got to where you did. Once I got sober, I started doing more physical therapy on my knee, because I never really fully healed from my injury. I didn't care. I was, like, depressed, and I just drank through that entire recovery. So once I quit drinking, I actually focused on healing, and I was more mobile, and I was feeling more confident, like to play sports again, which I love. So all I'm saying here, everyone's situation is different. You know what yours is, or if you don't, maybe think about that and try to identify it. But just do the deeper work. And this is why, okay? Why you want to do that deeper work is because if those things caused you to drink and you heal those things, you'll no longer crave a drink as much. Of course, we have some physical attachment to alcohol, like some physical dependencies if you were drinking really heavily. But emotionally, it's like, okay, I drank to get through that relationship, and I drank after that relationship because it was still impacting me. But once I started to heal and do some work and read those books and, like, work on myself, basically doing my at-home therapy, once I kind of cured that situation, then I didn't think about alcohol as much, because I didn't need alcohol to get through my life anymore. So this is how you go about sobriety without the need for willpower, which is so amazing. Because if you have to try really hard every single day to not drink, I mean, that is exhausting and it's hard. And I don't want you guys to be, like, struggling in your sobriety. I want it to be easy. And you're building this sober lifestyle. And how you do that is through healing your past traumas. Again, easier said than done. And it is a process, okay? But time's going to pass anyways. So you may as well be working on yourself and trying to improve and trying to heal. Every day you can spend obsessing over your past and depressed about it, or you can take steps towards healing. And I'd rather spend my time taking steps towards healing. So that one was a little bit deeper. But in honor of Sober October, I just wanted to give a few tips for getting started. There are so many tips I could give for the beginning of sobriety. And if you're feeling lost or intimidated about your sober journey, just know that you'll be looking back and be like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I did that. Everything is hindsight. What do they say? Hindsight is 20/20. Like, everything will make sense. So even if it's hard, you're unsure of yourself, you're nervous, you're nervous about going to holiday parties, you're nervous about telling people that you're quitting alcohol, whatever's going through your mind, whatever struggles you're experiencing in the beginning, whether you're taking a month off or you are quitting for good, just know that it will get better. I know everybody says that, but it will. And you will look back and be like, I'm so happy that I did that on that random day in October, or that random day in September, or whatever, whenever you got sober. You'll just be like, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. So even though we are meant to do hard things, and I think it's important to challenge ourselves in life. Do the hard things, because it will create this better life for yourself. So you are doing the right thing in getting sober. And even if you don't feel proud of yourself yet, and all you feel is the struggle, I'm proud of you. And you should be so proud of yourself. And I promise you will be proud of yourself. You are doing the right thing. So love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see you for the next episode. Bye.